If you carry off body, your bag is going to hold way more equipment than your pockets ever could. Now this means that people like to stock their bags with flashlights, multi-tools, knives, other gizmos, and things that might not always matter and might not be the most practical. One thing that most people do always forget to add or slack on is medical. Off-body carry gives you a lot of advantages. You're going to be able to carry a full-size firearm. Compare that to carrying a compact or a subcompact if you're carrying on your body. You're going to be able to carry more tools and equipment, and that's very tempting to go down that whole rabbit hole. And then you're going to also have more space for life-saving items like the medical. Now you're also going to be able to have much better organization. Throwing things in your pockets, things get a little jumbled up. When you have it in a bag in a preset configuration, that really helps. Now it does come with a few risks. If you are concealed carrying off body, you have to consider never leaving your bag, never taking it off. You do run that separation risk, and also you do run a little bit of an access risk, being that if you are disorganized, you're going to have a very hard time getting to your gear when you need to get to it. I'm going to show you how you can build a compact but practical off-body IFAK. It's not too many pieces of equipment. It's not going to be a large trauma bag. It's not anything that's going to be too advanced either. This is geared towards a civilian, so it's going to be a very realistic carry. So there's a few rules we're going to stick to when building this. The IFAK must be capable in its size, so not too large. It must be easy to access, meaning organized in its configuration, and it must be easy to use under stress. You don't want anybody opening up a kit and being like, I don't know what this is. It needs to be very simple. So there's a couple questions you should ask yourself prior to building a kit. Number one being, is it for you or is it for somebody else? Well, if it's for somebody else and you have a family and you have a young child in that family, you might want to consider carrying something like a SWAT T tourniquet. That's going to be much better for a child's limbs. And then the second question is, what do you want its capability to be? Now, we are going to focus strictly on the massive hemorrhage. We're not going to consider room for the cuts and scrapes. This is only life-threatening bleeding stuff. A really simple way to build any kit is just following the March algorithm. This is going to work for an IFAK that's going to go on a battle belt, a kit that's going to be on a TEMS unit, a go bag in a car, a kit that's going to be in a 3-day go bag. This works with anything like that. So how the March algorithm works is it starts with M, which is massive hemorrhage, A, which is airway, R, respirations, C, circulation, H, which is head and hypothermia. The kit we're going to be building will be tiny, so we probably want to avoid the airway and the circulation of the March algorithm. Now for airway, that's going to be like NPAs. Most civilians do not know how to use an NPA. And then for circulation, we're not starting an IV. One thing, if you are buying a pre-made kit, there's a lot of advanced options out there. Most do come with a decompression needle on the advanced versions. This is for a tension pneumothorax. This is an extremely advanced skill, I would say. You should not be learning how to use this on somebody when they are on the ground and they probably need one. If you miss, you can hit a vital organ, and that is just a bad rabbit hole to go down. So completely ignore decompression needles. Throw them out the window. Don't take it out. Actually getting into building the kit, number one is extremely obvious. It's going to be a tourniquet. Now, you can either go the cat tourniquet route or the soft tourniquet route. I actually really do like the soft tourniquet. This folds down pretty much the size of a snake staff ETQ wide, but the benefit of this is that it is COTC recommended. Now, if you're not familiar with COTC, that is the Committee on Tactical Combat Casualty Care. Basically what they do is create the guidelines for proper equipment and procedures in pre-hospital battlefield medicine. So that is a very high accolade to have for a piece of equipment. Number two is going to be a hemostatic gauze. Now, hemostatic gauze is extremely expensive. It is a common complaint. It usually runs between $35 and $50, depending on which kind you get. However, this is going to coagulate blood much faster than standard packing gauze. Now, there's a lot of debate between combat gauze, Celox, and Cheetah gauze. They all do work. I will say, if you are on blood thinners, and this is not medical advice at all, none of this is, I would go with the Celox or Cheetah Sand route. Now, Quick Clot is going to work with kaolin. That is going to promote your body's natural clotting process, while this Cheeto Gauze and Celox works with chitosan. That is going to work independently of your body's clotting process. So if you are on blood thinners, look at Celox or chitosan. I do like the chitosan just in case you do have to use it on somebody over the quick clot, because you never know somebody's current medical status. 3 is going to be a pressure bandage. Now there's a lot of different pressure bandages on the market. There's a lot of really good ones out there right now. A lot of people are still stuck in the old realm of a piece of elastic wrap with a 4x4 combine pad on it, and that's basically it. Now that we are approaching a good evolution of pre-hospital gear, this is the battle wrap. I really enjoy this bandage. Essentially, it is a clear bandage that you can evaluate for rebleed straight through it. So you can pack a wound, wrap it with this guy, and evaluate for that rebleed. Now, if you're worried about this guy tearing, it does have a tensile strength of 5,000 pounds per square inch, so it's absolutely ridiculous with the strength, but it is a extremely versatile bandage. You can also use that as a pediatric tourniquet. You can also use it if you don't have a chest seal to wrap completely around the body and try to create that seal. So it's pretty versatile in itself. Next up, we have chest seals. Chest seals are for penetrating trauma to the chest. So this is going to be like a sucking chest wound. Vented seals allow for air to escape from the cavity, but do not allow air in. That helps reduce the chances of a tension pneumothorax. One thing to note with penetrating chest trauma is that bullets do not go out the same way they usually came in. So you could have a round up here and an exit in the lower back. This is because when a bullet enters the body, it may hit a bone and deflect and ricochet around the body and then exit. So chest seals are always good to have in pairs. One of the most common chest seals is the North American Rescue Compact. This is a twin pack. These come in, they're relatively cheap, but the chest seal I do recommend is the Sentinel chest seal from Safeguard Medical. I've found that these are the easiest to apply. They are like a 2-ply system. So similar to when you apply a Band-Aid, you take the one side, you push it down, and then peel the other side off. But these are extremely compact chest seals, but you can't get much smaller than either of these. Now, this last thing is extremely small. It's something that most people should consider and actually always carry, is gloves. PPE is important. It is very important you are not getting somebody else's fluids on you or in you. You don't know what people are carrying. You want to help people out, but you also need to take care of yourself. So that is why gloves are important. Now, let's say you have all this in your bag and you still have room. You're carrying a larger off-body bag. A few things I would recommend extra you could do is an extra piece of gauze. Let's say you fill an entire void and you still have room to go. Having that backing gauze is awesome. Second would be another tourniquet. And in particular, if you are going to add another tourniquet, this is the SWAT tourniquet. This is my personal one. It is definitely time to replace it. I do carry this every day. You can use it as a tourniquet, pressure bandage, make a sling, secure a splint. It is also a fantastic pediatric tourniquet, so just keep that in mind. I take this everywhere I go. I keep it in my pocket. It is about the size of a wallet, not to go on a on-body carry tangent, but this is an awesome piece of gear. One really important aspect is how you carry all this gear. So if you're carrying in a smaller bag like this is a Bando bag. I store everything in this front compartment here. That is all medical gear. When you open it up, there's a nice elastic band. I can see that tourniquet first thing. One thing about tourniquets, make sure you're taking it out of the wrapper. You never want to be fumbling with it. But if you are carrying a larger bag, look into getting a dedicated medical pouch. If you are running a bag that has that loop lining in it, look for something like this, like a hook back pouch. This is from 1110 Gear. This is a really cool pouch, actually. It has an infinite organization panel in it, so you can basically lay out your gear however you want. So I just have a soft tee in here, some packing gauze, Sentinel chest seal gloves, and an ETD from NAR. But all of that fits right in there. Mount it in your bag. Make sure it's in a spot you know where it's at. Don't take it out of the bag, forget it. Make sure it's there. Just double check and make sure you're good to go. If you want, leave a comment down below with what you are carrying, whether it's the bag you're carrying or the gear you're looking to carry or your gear you are carrying, any questions. Make sure you are training with gear. The gear is only as good as the user is. Make sure you know how to use everything. It's really important. Take some local Stop the Bleed classes if you want to. Look for guys out there. There's some very good trainers out there that can teach you some great skills. But don't stop training. Know your gear.